Back in May, Marvel dropped the major news that Storm was going to be joining the Avengers. This is an incredibly exciting development that we thankfully won't have to wait long for, since the story will be coming out in August of this year. It's part of Marvel's From the Ashes era. In addition to joining the Avengers, Storm is also getting a brand new solo series. Storm will also be getting a new look, designed by Lucas Werneck. Marvel has posted what the costume will look like and a sneak peek of it in action with the cover of the first book of the new series. The team working on the comic are all known fans of Storm, so it's safe to say that our girl is in good hands, and fans are very excited to see what drama unfolds between her and T'Challa since their divorce. Melissa Gold's Songbird has been around for a while, going from Screaming Mimi, the wrestler, to Screaming Mimi of the Masters of Evil, but it wasn't until 2016 that she joined an Avengers team. It was Avengers Idea Mechanics, or AIM, and she was a double agent, also working with criminal John Garrett. Her cover was blown and she ended up fighting her teammates, but her morals were changing to wanting to be one of the good guys. So to make up for her double agentry, she became a triple agent with alliance to DaCosta. She was discovered again, but this time by the criminal Garrett, who then captured her and tried to get her to give him the location of the team's headquarters. She didn't, and Garrett was eventually neutralized. Songbird decided to take some much needed vacation time, deciding to go to New Jersey, where she was easily found by the new Thunderbolts and brought back into a fight. No rest for the wicked there. Her names are all sound related because her thing is she screams really loud due to her altered vocal cords. The screams have a variety of effects, like physically hitting someone, or manipulating them emotionally, or just hurting their ears. Robert Maverick joined the US Avengers in 2017 as Red Hulk. Maverick used Hulk plugins to become Red Hulk. A Hulk plugin is a device that allows its user to become a Hulk for 1 hour every 36 hours. It's like an artificial Hulk, and the short time period is there because any longer would result in the human's body experiencing health complications. While on the US Avengers, Maverick was targeted by a double agent, Kyle. Kyle infected him with nanites that would bypass the Hulk plugin and gave Hydra full control of Red Hulk. This was bad for many reasons, but it had a severe effect on Maverick's health. Hydra kept him in his Hulk form 800 times longer than they should have. So when he was finally turned back, his skin was permanently red and there was damage to his organs and body operations. Maverick was benched because of this, but he fought when it mattered, once donning the Iron Patriot armor to fight the OG Hulk. Tippy Toe is Squirrel Girl's sidekick. I know, I would not have expected that either. Squirrel Girl needed an army of squirrels for a battle, and Tippy Toe was the only survivor of all those squirrels, becoming then Squirrel Girl's permanent partner. The two have fought some truly incredible battles together. Tippy Toe has been where I'm guessing no squirrel has been before, like the moon to confront Galactus. Tippy Toe is not reliant on Squirrel Girl and will go on adventures all by herself, one time teaming up with Rocket Raccoon to stop Plant Man from destroying Central Park. The most shocking story in the biography of this squirrel's life has got to be that she once had some of the power cosmic in her. Tippy's choice of attire is typically a pink ribbon around her neck, so she is a fashion icon in addition to being a super squirrel. What can't she do? Another character from the 80s has joined the Avengers team. Gomi's backstory was that he was the younger cousin and lab assistant of this researcher that was obsessed with Marvel Girl. The researcher wanted to make his own Marvel Girl. First though, he created intelligent lobsters, the strength of a human, but we will get there in a minute. When the evil scientist couldn't create his own Marvel Girl, he decided to just experiment on his cousin instead, attempting to give him telekinetic abilities. It did and didn't work. He got telekinetic abilities, but they are super limited and uncontrollable. All Gomi can do is throw a blast of force in front of him. He can control the direction, but not much else about it. Gomi's sidekicks, pets, best friends, you pick, are the two lobsters mentioned before. They are named Bill and Don. Unfortunately, Don was stepped on by Devil Dinosaur, but Bill has lived long enough to see Gomi join the superhero initiative Avengers World. This went down in 2019. 2015 was a big year for Emily Guerrero. She made her debut into Comic Society and joined an Avengers team. What a season out on the town. Emily might have been better known to some by her hero name, Synapse. She thought she was just a girl, but turns out somewhere in her family history is some Inhuman. She discovered this part of herself when the Terrigen Cloud moved into their house like it paid rent, tent and encased her family in cocoons. It was after she exited her cocoon that she gained her powers, which are telepathy, literally affecting people's brain chemistry by manipulating the electricity running through their head, boosting immune systems, and suppressing the powers of others. Captain America saw her potential and recruited her for the Avengers Unity Division representing Inhumans. Her first battle as an Avenger was iconic. It was against Super Adaptoid. She mind-controlled a flock of pigeons and got them to attack it, giving the rest of the Unity Division the chance to take out the villain. No one is doing it like her. One thing we can count on for Steve Rogers is he is going to start an Avengers team. In the new story, Avengers Twilight, Steve is pretty old and doing what he does best, starting an Avengers team to save the world. And just a warning, from this point on, there will be spoilers for the Avengers Twilight comics. The world that this happens in is not Earth 616, its temporary assignment is TRN 1096, but in this world, the Avengers went through everything that they did before, but then Ultron gains control of the Hulk, enhances a bunch of supervillains, and leaks the identity of many superhumans. Of course, the heroes are blamed for all this, and the Avengers are disbanded, leaving the world to get worse and worse until it is a completely controlled society under constant S.H.I.E.L.D. surveillance. Steve Rogers has the super soldier serum removed from his body, meaning he retired and grew old. Thor went off-world, Iron Man lost his head literally, other heroes either disappeared, went underground, or were arrested. It wasn't until some weirdo decided to make a documentary that made Red Skull look good that Steve finally got up to fight again. Steve started working with the team Defenders. The team was able to replicate the super soldier serum, and Steve could Captain America once more, doing what he does best, leading the Avengers that I personally am calling this new team the Twilight Avengers. So I mentioned in that last point that Tony lost his head. However, Tony's son kept the genius billionaire playboy philanthropist Noggin in a containment unit so he could use his brain to puzzle out problems. Steve broke into the location where his head was being kept and stole Tony, and with the help of an electrical surge from Thor, was able to bring that head to life again, reviving Tony Stark. Now, Tony is on the Twilight Avengers as Iron Man once again. He has an android body and his head floats around in his helmet, but he is still the Tony we know and love. It's like he never left. Tony fights wearing his red Iron Man armor. After the big battle with Ultron, people were turning on the heroes. Iron Man was attacked, and that's how he ended up just ahead. Tony has a personal stake in this futuristic game as his son is a major player on the opposing side, leading to some very interesting character exploration for Tony's character. The Twilight Avengers series has given us two exciting new character debuts. One is Tyler, the Twilight Avengers guy in the chair, essentially. Since there are only 6 issues of this story, we don't know a whole lot about Tyler, but we do know that he is really smart, a talented engineer and mechanic, and a very capable fighter. He is described as a technological genius. Tyler is fearless and has very strong morals. Though he might not be on the front lines of every battle, he is working wonders from his guy in the chair position, overriding security systems, creating new tech for the team, or keeping an ear on transmissions. Maybe he will make his main timeline debut soon. And finally, we have Ramona Jones's Hawkeye. She was originally part of this world's Thunderbolts as Bullseye, but her morals were too good for the team. Upon being asked to harm an unarmed target, Ramona realized that the Thunderbolts wasn't where she wanted to be anymore. When Steve showed up to retrieve Tony, Bullseye helped him escape, and in the process, landed a spot on the Twilight Avengers. Bullseye is the new Hawkeye for this Earth. She was trained by the military to be a high-precision shooter with a 100% success rate. Thor was actually the one to deem Ramona as the new Hawkeye. When they met, he remarked that she had a great warrior spirit in her, so she has the Thor stamp of approval. It's unclear if Ramona has any connection to Jessica Jones, but I like to think she does because that would be cool. The Avengers Twilight series is out in full now and only has 6 issues, so a really quick read that has my personal stamp of approval. I really liked it. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and make your mark on the comment section down below. Let us know your favorite new Avenger. This is Juliana signing off. Bye!